Hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you 5 things what I love about my BMW F15 X5 Hybrid. Now this is one of the things that attracted me to the X5 is the driving sitting position. You are as if you are sitting on the throne right on top, and pretty much you have a very good vision on the road. So I love it very much. The only car that come close, or I would say equivalent or even better, will be the Range Rover. The rest of the SUV, you are sitting quite low on the ground, even though it's an SUV. Now this X5, I own it for almost 2 months now. Honestly, after driving it, I really love the comfort the X5 gives, and also the quietness of the cabin is almost next level. But of course, there are other cars more quieter and more comfortable. But personally, I feel this cater to my needs very well. Now why I love the X5 so much is because of the looks. Honestly, the exterior and the interior looks are beautiful. The front profile is perfect, the side profile is beautiful, and even the rear profile is great. Honestly speaking, this is one of the most complete styling I've seen in the X series model. Now the only thing I love my X5 is because it comes with original with the M Sport body kit, so it does give the more aggressive look compared to the non-M Sport version. Now to match the exterior, the interior look, honestly, even though it's a 9-year-old car, I mean mine is 5 years old, but F15 was originally launched in 2013, so it is a 9-year-old car. And the design is still pretty much current in my personal opinion. It doesn't look obsolete, doesn't look out of place in the current time. To add on the interior, why it's so beautiful is because of the ambient lighting. You have 3 default colors where you can choose orange, blue and white. So I normally go with blue, sometimes I switch to orange depending on the mood. But honestly, on the night time, it looks very beautiful. However, on the daytime, the ambient lighting is pretty much not very noticeable at all. You can barely see any lights emitting from the ambient lighting strip. Now this is a bit subjective and is very individual, but honestly, I love cars with lots of buttons. The front here, lots of buttons. I have steering wheel buttons, I got the console buttons, even behind the aircon there's buttons, so lots of buttons. On the side here as well, more buttons to play with, and even the top here there's some more buttons. So I realized some of the newer cars, they have a iPad here, it's touchscreen. Honestly, yes, it's high-tech, but to me it's just too plain. And honestly, I don't like iPad. It's because well, you get sticky fingers. Now even my car came with very minimal piano black. I try not to touch it because when I touch it, you have fingerprints, looks quite oily, kind of gross. So you can imagine you have a large touchscreen iPad to control all your buttons. You're going to have fingerprints all over it. I have keep wiping here and there. I hate that a lot. Even my touchscreen or my iDrive screen, I don't even touch it at all. I mostly use the iDrive controller to navigate whatever I want. This is one of the reasons I love the X5 is because of the hybrid system. I get to have best of both worlds because of my traveling habits, and the places I go normally is within 20 to 25 kilometer radius. So this 40E is technically very suited for my driving style. The best part is that I normally travel in and out. I come back to charge on my wall box, and I pretty much juice up the car within 1 hour or 2 hours max. 99% of the time I'm using purely electric mode, so that in fact will help save the environment, I guess. But most importantly, I don't use a drop of fuel, so it's quite fun, honestly. So as we know, nothing is perfect, and after owning this car for about 2 months, I found 5 things that I really hate, not hate but dislike about this car. So here we go. Now for those who don't know, if you're looking for X series back on the days where this car was launched, this is the highest specimen you can find. There wasn't even any X7, which was just launched a couple years ago, and you still can find a very cheap plastic, hard cheap plastic on the dashboard here on the side, and the side of the seat here, and here under the B pillar. Now this is the most irritating one. Why? Is because normally on the passenger side, if there's no occupant, you see this metal, sometimes you get stuck in between like this, it will start to hit. so I get a lot of rattling. So I keep adjusting, make sure that it's straightened, so when I was driving the road I don't hear any rattling. So this part, at least they should have do something about it. At least put a velvet covered this part, and this part not to worry about it because it's pretty much unseen. Now, another thing I dislike about my X5 is that the interior cube aluminum trim. Now this honestly looks beautiful, but it is so prone to scratch marks. I have scratch marks on the side here and also my driver's side. Now it cannot be cleaned, it cannot be wiped away, it cannot be polished, so I'm pretty much stuck with it unless I buy a new trim to replace it. So that sucks. Now in my previous I mentioned that this car is very comfortable and quiet, especially in the cabin. So the problem is that when it's too quiet, every small little rattling, every small little squeaks, it will be 10 times more amplified in the cabin. So yeah, I still have a slight door squeak on my driver's side, and my rear tailgate is still rattling. So I got a replacement part for it, but it will take about another week or two before it arrives. Now I already mentioned why I love this hybrid system, because of the range, pretty much very suitable, in fact cater to my needs. But I do wish that it has a slightly more range, probably around 40 kilometers. But this F15 X5 40E, in fact it was advertised to have a range of 30 kilometers, but in real world you're probably getting around 20 to 25. I've seen some people posting they're getting still 27 kilometers. Honestly, I don't know how they can achieve that, but for me so far, for my 2 months of ownership of this car, I'm getting in between 20 to 22 kilometers on pure electric mode. So I wish this could have a slightly more extended range, about 40 kilometers. I mean real world 40 kilometers. I wish they had that, but unfortunately it doesn't. Of course, if I need to have a hybrid and I want to have a BMW, I need to go for the X5, the G05 45E. So yeah, that will have a range of up to 80 kilometers advertised, but I was told it's getting around 70 kilometers on real world range, which is quite good, to be frank with you. In fact, this is the least important one of all the things I dislike, but I find it to be quite strange because this is a very high-tech car, comes with a lot of options, but it does not come with Android Auto. It does have a Apple CarPlay where you have to activate, but no Android Auto. It's kind of strange. I don't know why BMW decided not to add the Android Auto, since I think 70 to 80% of the handphone users are Android users. But I believe the newer model of BMW does come with Android Auto, but for this version, for the F15 X5, it doesn't come with it. So that's all for today, and now you know why I love my BMW F15 X5 40E. It's such a long name anyway, and also you know why I dislike more less than I hate about this model after owning it for 2 months. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Down the link below, you can just click and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers.